HCSS is proud to present the Drivers of Vulnerability Monitor, which contains over 50 drivers of state vulnerability to intrastate conflict from around 200 countries and from over 20 years. The DOV Monitor combines the expertise of decades of conflict research with a data-driven approach into one interactive interface. Intrastate conflict comes in many different forms, and its consequences can be severe. The drivers of different incarnations of intrastate conflict are complex, and may consist of security, political, socio-demographic, economic, and geographic drivers, or an intricate mix of them all. It's clear, though, that some states are more vulnerable to the onset of intrastate conflict than others. The importance of anticipation, prevention, and mitigation is therefore paramount. The Drivers of Vulnerability Monitor is set up to allow end users to explore the vulnerability of states from a multitude of angles. Let's take a couple of indicators from across our different categories, starting with the relationship between political and economic factors. If we select, for example, control of corruption as our y-axis variable and food dependency as our x-axis variable, we get a very strong negative correlation. While not controlling for other factors, it indicates that the better a country controls corruption, the lower the proportion of household budget that is spent on food is likely to be. We can now add a third dimension to our chart by selecting the bubble size to represent another value. At the moment, they're all of uniform size, but if we select, for example, intrastate magnitude of armed conflict for our bubble size, then we effectively get to explore two correlations on one chart. We can instantly see, for example, that countries experiencing high level of intrastate conflict, again, not controlling for other variables, also tend to score poorly on both control of corruption and food dependency. The DOV Monitor can display data on a global or a regional level, allowing users to assess both global trends and patterns of vulnerability in specific regions or countries over time. It also provides summaries of the existing academic literature on the drivers of vulnerability. End users can create their own composites or export maps to be used in presentations and reports. The DOV Monitor acts as a tool to facilitate research and explore our security environment for policymakers and practitioners, pundits and analysts, scholars and students, and everyone else taking a keen interest in their security environment. It is our firm hope that providing access to this data in such an interface will open up the possibilities for future risk analysis and conflict prevention, to inform policymakers and public alike in the quest to create a more peaceful world. Would you like to know more? Click the link for a deeper insight into how the monitor works.